Namaskar, you're watching Newsnight on National Network DD News. Today, under the Atmanirbhar Krishi scheme, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched a funding facility of rupees 1 lakh crore under the agriculture infrastructure. At the same time, Prime Minister making a very strong pitch that farmers now be ready to be called entrepreneurs, pretty much in line with the vision of doubling farmers' income. And this is exactly that's going to be our talking point tonight on Newsnight. Atmanirbhar Krishi, self-reliant farmer, doubling income vision, a big push. I'm Sakal Bhatt on Newsnight tonight. First up, the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches new central sector scheme of financing facility under the Agriculture Infrastructure Fund of rupees 1 lakh crore. Scheme poised to support farmers in building community farming assets. Prime Minister also lauded farmers' contribution in strengthening rural infrastructure, adding the welfare of the farmers accords government's top priority. Prime Minister also releases sixth installment of funds worth rupees whopping 17,000 crore to 8.5 crore farmers under PM Kisan scheme. Prime Minister says farmers are now ready to be entrepreneurs in line with the vision of doubling farmers' income. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh announces big push to Atmanirbhar Bharat. Ministry of Defence to introduce import embargo on 101 items to boost indigenization of defence production. Separate budget head has been created with a massive outlay of nearly rupees 52,000 crore for domestic capital procurement in the current financial year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacts with BJP workers of Andaman and Nicobar, says in this area, emphasis on industries related to seafood, organic products and coconut-based products will be given. Prime Minister Modi also to inaugurate submarine cable connectivity for Andaman and Nicobar Islands on Monday, that is tomorrow, via video conferencing. High-speed broadband connectivity for Andaman and Nicobar Islands will boost e-governance, tourism and information technology in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. "42 bodies retrieved so far from landslide site in Kerala's Idukki district, including 16 bodies recovered today. NDRF and fire service personnel continue search operations in the area. Victims are mostly tea estate workers and their kids. India's COVID-19 recovery rate continues to improve further, crosses 68% mark with over 14.8 lakh recoveries. India touches a new peak of 7,19,364 tests in a single day. Centre directs states to focus all efforts on reducing mortality rate. Global COVID-19 cases meanwhile cross 1 crore 98 lakh. More news. Sri Lanka's former President Mahinda Rajapaksa sworn in as the new Prime Minister of the country for the fourth time. He has since been elected President twice and has been appointed Prime Minister thrice. And for the top story in detail, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has released the sixth installment of funds to the tune of rupees 17,000 crore to 8.5 crore farmers of the country under the PM Kisan scheme today. Prime Minister made a very strong statement about the mission of One Nation, One Mandi, for which work was going on for the last 7 years. And this, Prime Minister says today, has been accomplished. Prime Minister added that farmers are ready to be the entrepreneurs. Here's more on Prime Minister's mantra for the Atmanirbhar Kisan.
देश में कृषि से जुड़ी सुविधाएं तैयार करने के लिए 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए का विशेष फंड लॉन्च किया गया है। आज के पवित्र दिन पर लॉन्च किया गया है।
Sunday marked a new dawn for the Indian farmers. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has yet again given a reason to believe that his government is working tirelessly to achieve the target of doubling the farmers' income by 2022. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Sunday launched a new central sector scheme of financing facility under the Agriculture Infrastructure Fund of 1 lakh crore rupees. The scheme will support farmers in building community farming assets and post-harvest agriculture infrastructure. These assets will enable farmers to get greater value for their produce, as they will be able to store and sell at higher prices, reduce wastage and increase processing and value addition. Under the scheme, 1 lakh crore rupees will be provided by banks and financial institutions as loans with interest subvention of 3% per annum and credit guarantee coverage under CGTMSE scheme for loans up to 2 crore rupees.
आत्मनिर्भर भारत अभियान के तहत हर जिले में मशहूर उत्पादकों के साथ देश और दुनिया के मार्केट तक पहुंचाने के लिए एक बड़ी योजना बनाई गई है। इसके तहत देश के अलग अलग जिलों में गांव के पास ही कृषि उद्योगों के क्लस्टर बनाए जा रहे हैं। साथियों, अब हम उस स्थिति की तरफ बढ़ रहे हैं जहां गांव के कृषि उद्योगों से फूड आधारित उत्पाद शहर जाएंगे और शहरों से दूसरा औद्योगिक सामान बनकर गांव पहुंचेगा। यानी ये अब 2 वे चलेगा।
Prime Minister said that the production was not the problem in Indian agriculture sector. Rather, the wastage of farm produce has been a matter of great concern. This translates to the loss for the country, also besides hurting the farmer. He assured that steps are being taken to mitigate the problem. Legal hurdles are being removed and direct benefits are reaching the farmers.
खेती से जुड़े स्टार्टअप्स को प्रोत्साहित किया जा रहा है। अभी तक लगभग 350 कृषि स्टार्टअप्स को मदद दी जा रही है। ये स्टार्टअप्स फूड, पर्टिकुलरली फूड प्रोसेसिंग से जुड़े हैं, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स, खेती से जुड़े स्मार्ट उपकरणों के निर्माण और रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी से जुड़े हैं।
At the same event, the Prime Minister also released the 6th installment under the PM's Kisan scheme of 17,000 crore rupees to nearly 8.5 crore farmers.
पलक झपकते आपने देखा होगा, स्विच ऑन किया और पीएम किसान सम्मान निधि के 17,000 करोड़ रुपए सीधे 8.5 करोड़ किसानों के खाते में जमा हो गए। कोई बिचौलिया नहीं, कोई कमीशन नहीं, सीधा किसान के पास चला गया।
PM also mentioned various reforms that have been implemented in the agriculture sector in the past 5 to 6 years, adding that measures are being taken to empower the small farmer. The launch of Kisan Rail is such a step by the centre, which has the potential to connect the farmers of Bihar to the main markets of mega cities like Mumbai and Pune.
इससे दूध, फल, सब्जी, मछली पालक ऐसे हर प्रकार के किसानों को भी लाभ होगा और शहर में इनका उपयोग करने वाले उपभोक्ताओं को भी लाभ होगा। ताजा चीजें मिलेगी उनको। शहरों में रहने वाले साथियों को लाभ ये होगा कि अब मौसम के कारण या दूसरे संकटों के समय फ्रेश फल सब्जियों की जो कमी हो जाती थी वो भी नहीं होगी और कीमत पर भी जो कभी कभी खेल खेलने का लोगों को मौका मिल जाता था वो भी बंद हो जाएगा।
Prime Minister Modi credited the farmers of the nation for the decision of the government to provide free ration to more than 80 crore people following the COVID-1 induced lockdown. He said that as the record food grains production was made possible by the farmers, the government also procured equally proportion of produce from them. As compared to the last time, farmers of the nation have been able to raise their agricultural income by more than 27 crore rupees. With inputs from Sudhakar Das, Newsnight Desk, DD India.
So how is this, the sixth installment of Prime Minister Kisan Scheme going to be a game changer? Let's take a look at this presentation to make you understand the significance of it. Now, first, let's talk about the direct cash benefit of rupees 6,000 per annum to each farmer's family with land holdings. Is going to be the electronic direct benefit transfer to the farmers' bank accounts, and a total of 17,000 crore will be released to over 8.5 crore farmers. Let's now move on to the other aspect of the sixth installment and talk about 15 lakh marginal farmers have adopted this simple and cost-effective participatory guarantee scheme certification. Now, this is very important because we are talking about the Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana. Why is it important when we talk about this sustainable agriculture? Certification for these villages for providing additional income, that's going to be under this. And most importantly, viewers, 3.5 lakh worth of the organic products will be sold by our farmers on the Jaivik Kheti portal. That is very, very important. Along with that, 6 lakh hectares area of land will be covered under this organic farming, which also includes the additional 25 lakh hectares which have been planned for near future. Let's now move on to empowering farmers with the FPOs. Why are FPOs important? Because here in this case, there will be around 6,000 plus crore central scheme for the formation and promotion of these at least 10,000 FPOs. And farmers, when we talk about the FPOs, farmers will be getting better access to quality input, technology, as well as credit facilities are made more easily accessible to farming community. Apart from this, the FPOs to be promoted under this one district, one product cluster for ensuring better marketing access to economies of scale, better realization of income, etc. Well, this was all about the FPOs. Now, let's move on to the other important aspect, talking about the Agricultural Infrastructure Fund. Why is it important? In terms of providing debt financing facility for post-harvest management infrastructure, because remember, post-harvest management infrastructure is also important. Community farming assets will be developed, and there's going to be a corpus of around 1 lakh crore for these FPOs to be developed. This is also going to be a big boost as far as the startups ecosystem is concerned. The agricultural entrepreneurs are concerned, because now farmers can be called entrepreneurs as well. That's what Prime Minister made a very strong pitch for that. Plus interest subvention of 3% per annum up to 2 crore, and this is going to last for 7 years. Along with that, schemes to be implemented from August 2020. That is the month that we are talking about. Well, this was all about the significance of the corpus that has been inaugurated, or perhaps talked about, that Prime Minister really talked about, and how it is really going to be a big game changer in the agri sector, not only in terms of providing employment generation, but also in terms of this Prime Minister's vision for doubling farmers' income, because now these farmers are going to be the entrepreneurs of the near future. We're going to talk about this on the other side of a very short break with a special panel joining us on Newsnight Tonight. So don't touch that remote. We'll be right back.
स्वतंत्रता दिवस पहली बार पूरे देश के साथ हमारा राष्ट्रगान गाइए आज से लेकर 10 तारीख।
जब भी आप अस्पताल जाएं, तो पहले डॉक्टर से अपॉइंटमेंट घर से ही लें और समय अनुसार ही घर से निकलें। ऐसा करने से आपका समय बचेगा और अस्पताल में भीड़ नहीं लगेगी, जिससे कोरोना का संक्रमण होने की संभावना कम होगी। अपनी और दूसरों की सुरक्षा के लिए अपने साथ अपनी कोविड सुरक्षा किट यानी मास्क, सैनिटाइजर, पेन आदि ले जाना ना भूलें, ताकि आपको पेन, सैनिटाइजर जैसी चीजें दूसरों से लेकर इस्तेमाल नहीं करनी पड़े। इससे आप कोरोना के संक्रमण से अपने आप को और दूसरों को बचाएंगे। ध्यान रहे, अस्पताल में अभी सिर्फ 2 लोगों के ही प्रवेश करने की अनुमति है, इसलिए मरीज सहित केवल 2 लोग ही अस्पताल जाएं। मास्क पहनकर ही घर से निकलें और अस्पताल में भी पहने रखें। सावधानी को आदत बनाएंगे, कोरोना को मिलकर हराएंगे।
साथियों, ऐसे समय में अफवाहें भी तेजी से फैलती हैं। कोई कहता है ये नहीं खाना है, वो नहीं करना है। कुछ लोग 4 नई चीजें लेकर के आ जाएंगे कि ये खाने से कोरोना वायरस से बचा जा सकता है, ढीकना करने से बचा जा सकता है। मेरी सभी देशवासियों को प्रार्थना है, मेहरबानी करके इन अफवाहों से भी बचना है। आपको कुछ भी लगता है, जो भी करें, अपने डॉक्टर की सलाह से ही करें। हम स्वयं डॉक्टर न बन जाएं।
हम सब कोरोना वायरस की वजह से चिंतित हैं। कुछ बातों का ध्यान हम सब
Why this is going to be a big game changer when we talk about the overview of the huge agriculture sector and most importantly the benefits this is going to accord to the farming community. And on the show tonight we have Govind Rajulu Chintala, Chairman NABARD, joining us on the show. We also are joined by Vivek Agarwal, CEO Prime Minister Kisan, and also, yes, Mr. Chaturvedi, Professor Sachin Chaturvedi, DGRIS, also joins us on the show tonight. I'm going to, in fact, start the opening remarks with Govind Rajulu Chintala. Sir, coming to you, first of all, what according to you are the big 3 takeaways of the announcements made by the Honorable Prime Minister today? Most importantly, when our Prime Minister makes a statement that the farmers are now called the entrepreneurs, and I think that's really, really huge. Mr. Chintala? Okay, Sachin, if you could take that question. And in fact, Mr. Agarwal, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Let me direct this question to you. This being a game changer, especially Prime Minister making a huge pitch for farmers being now called entrepreneurs. And do you think, or perhaps how far do you think this mission has been accomplished? So far, it's been 7 years.
This has been a consistent view of the government now. The farmer has to get out of his shell, and rather than only looking at production and productivity, he has to master the marketing and post-harvest management also, because farmers have suffered a lot earlier because they were tied up to the APMC mandis and they did not have a choice to sell to the highest bidder for their produce. And they also did not have infrastructure of electronic markets or e-trading arrangements. So all that legal framework has been now amended and farmer has been given a choice. Now this choice is further being strengthened by creating an infrastructure fund where the infrastructure will come in, where this choice will actually fructify, because then there will be storage facility, there will be cold chain, there will be an e-marketing facility which farmer can utilize and maximize the price of his produce. And farmer can also participate in providing services and taking services for post-harvest management and value addition in his own and adding more value to his own income. So this way, it's a great opportunity. Now we're not looking only at production, as Honorable Prime Minister said, we are looking at surpluses, we are looking at accessing new markets, we are looking at exports, and now all these opportunities will open for farmers. So naturally, farmer has to become an entrepreneur and go a step forward so that he gets out of the clutches of the old traditions and builds on the benefits of new policy that Honorable Prime Minister has announced today.
Yes. And the implementation of it, Professor Chaturvedi, is extremely important, Sachin. Would you agree? Because this is also going to make us a key player, would you think, when we talk about the global competition? The domestic aspect is one aspect of it, but meeting the demands of global competition in this sector. Sachin.
That's right. I think the latest initiatives would definitely provide a major fillip to this whole idea of connecting Indian farmers with global markets. And the footprint would be large enough, as the announcement also entails setting up of special agriculture cells at 16 of our missions abroad. And that would provide this huge impetus that is needed to Atmanirbhar Krishi that Prime Minister has talked about. And that self-reliance, I think, would also help bring farmers into the mainstream market that is needed. If you look at the coverage, the marginal farmers, almost 15 lakh of them have been covered. The idea of clusters, the idea of one district, one product, that is going to give the kind of fillip that we are expecting. There's already an expansion of almost 40% in the horticulture. In fact, if you see the report of the special task force which was set up by the 15th Finance Commission, it has talked of huge jump in our agriculture exports. So I think technology, cluster, producer organizations, and we should not forget, Sakal, in terms of the ordinance that was issued in June for a freedom to the Indian agriculturists to get into the market, freeing them from clutches of APMC. So I think these are some of the measures that are all set to double the farmers' income and bring them in the mainstream of economic activity.
Okay, but the challenging area, Vivek Agarwal, is also one of the challenging areas rather is farmers' access to the DBT. Because we're looking at certain underdeveloped villages also, certain underdeveloped rural clusters also. You know, the last mile delivery that our Prime Minister has always talked about in every sector, here in this particular case, the Kisan.
See, this challenge was recognized when the campaign for Jan Dhan accounts was started in the country. And once Jan Dhan accounts were opened, we could take the organized banking sector to the last mile and to our farthest living farmer and farthest living rural population. So once Jan Dhan account penetration happened and the technology has developed, so there is no reason why we can't have DBT as a successful measure for transferring funds directly into the accounts of all beneficiaries, including farmers. So after that movement and creation of financial literacy that happened, this was a natural step forward, and we have been very successful in implementing DBT under PM Kisan. And this model has now been replicated in other schemes also, transferring LPG subsidy, and recently during the COVID times, the money was transferred to Jan Dhan accounts as a relief to the rural population in the country, and it has been successfully done now. And today, when Honorable Prime Minister transferred 17,000 crores to 8.5 crore farmer families, this is kind of a international record, because if you see, there are not more than 15, 16 countries or 14 countries which will have population of more than 8 crores in the entire world.
Okay.
There are 214 countries which have less population than 8.5 crores. And large countries like Australia, New Zealand, even Spain. So, I mean, many big countries would have less population than 8.5 crores. So, the use of technology, the resolve of the government, and the penetration of Jan Dhan accounts has really helped us to create a model for DBT, and it is going to strengthen in times to come.
And Sachin, would you agree this is going to be a new template when it comes to empowering our farmers community, farming community, not only financially but otherwise also?
Definitely. If you look at the emphasis on the farmer producer organization, that collates. It's different from the cooperatives that were there. But now if you see, the target is almost of having 10 lakh FPOs. And that would give the market access that they require. And this, if you do it in a systematic manner, you're already able to achieve the kind of footprint that you're seeing in, say, on organic agriculture. You're already seeing the target of 25 lakh hectares that we had sort of articulated for ourselves. Almost 6 lakhs have already been achieved. So you find gradually we are moving in that direction where farmers on their own are able to move on. They do not need clutches. Only thing that was required was to facilitate the action that is needed. And I think with the streamlining of rules and regulations, freeing them from the legislative controls and giving them basic infrastructure in the rural setting, I think that has unleashed a great potential in our rural economy. And that, I think, is going to go forward. Prime Minister today also, Sakal, talked about the food processing sector, and leveraging new technologies, be that information technology, the IoT, or smart equipments, leveraging the new strengths with solar energy. So I think these are some of the measures that are required, and that for 70 long years we did not ensure. And today, now with these initiatives, probably rural area is going to be the hub for economic activities. And I think, as Prime Minister very rightly articulated, that this has sustained us through the lockdown. So I think this is going to be a very important initiative.
Yes, and the implementation is what is very important, in fact, especially the rural setting that Sachin, you talked about. In fact, let's quickly once again go through the in-focus talking point tonight. We're talking about the big push when it comes to doubling farmers' income, especially with the first sanction of the corpus that has been released by Honorable Prime Minister today. Govind Rajulu Chintala, Chairman NABARD, is now with us. Mr. Chintala, what are your thoughts on this big announcement made today, especially now Prime Minister is saying that our farmers are now entrepreneurs? It's a game changer.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, we are very excited at listening to the Prime Minister. I was also there in that meeting when our Agriculture Minister and others were speaking about. And the biggest push the government has given is something unprecedented, that I can say. As we are all there in the system maybe for quite some time, maybe for the past 35, 40 years. And when I look into it, the way the government had moved so swiftly, in just maybe in a period of 3-4 months, they have brought some landmark ordinances. And that is the one which is going to give big push to this entire sector. And also here I would like to say, maybe as a sector leader, doing quite a lot of maybe financing and also maybe giving the sectoral direction to the agriculture. I could say that maybe then we started, maybe at the time of independence, we are producing hardly 15 million tons, and today we have 300 million tons of food grains. But I can say it is more than the food grains. Now we are producing so many other things like fruits, vegetables, cotton, oilseeds. You just name anything which earlier it was unthinkable. Now we are mostly producing so many things. So in that way, now today the time has come to reconfigure our production strategy, to say that they should be the market oriented and they should have the international competitiveness. So now the present push given by Honorable Prime Minister with regard to creating the agri infrastructure is a real